Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Okay. I have just come back from picking shellfish at the coral reef, and I can't eat it, but I can give it to other people and see them happy because they like it. They like the taste of it, and why not? These little and big snails are really delicious. I promise you, if you haven't tried them, one day when you come to Thailand or other Asian countries, try the snails, the sea snails. They are beautiful with curry and rice. Mwah, mwah. Now, there's one little tip that I want to give you, and perhaps you can use it to your advantage. When you want something, but you don't really want it, like an extra piece of cake or a pizza, or to go somewhere but you know you shouldn't, take that desire and give it to somebody else. Somebody who wants it as well, yet cannot do it for some reason, because they don't have the pizza, because they don't have the cake in front of them, because they don't have the ability to go somewhere where you want to go but you cannot go. So, taking this desire and giving it to another person and seeing them enjoy it will bring you pleasure. And this is not primary pleasure, this is secondary pleasure, but it is still pleasure, and it can be as intense as your own pleasure or even more. Like with me, when I give the people here in the house, the mother and the father, when I see them enjoy something that I have picked for them, it brings me more pleasure than I would have eaten it myself. Why? I don't know, I just eat it and don't really notice the pleasure. Yes, surely it tastes nice, but when I'm alone and I don't have anybody to share it with, it's not the same. But when I see other people enjoy it, the smiles on their faces, the unexpected surprise for them, it's nicer, it's worth a lot more. And if you have something that you can share with other people, that pleasure that you get from sharing is actually more than your own pleasure of having that thing in the first place. But this is not what I want to talk about today. I would like to talk about the opposites. When we say, let's say, sweet, what would you say is the word opposite to sweet? Taste, sweet taste. Now, some people would say bitter, and some people would say sour, and some people might say savory or plain, or whatever you can come up with. It is person specific. And the word love is so wide that to find the opposite of the word love is actually quite hard. When I say love, if I ask you for the word opposite to love, what would you say? A lot of people would say hate. Do you experience much hate in your life? Probably not that much, rarely, or well, hopefully rarely, right? But what is the real opposite of love? What is the acidic to the alkaline? What is this plus to minus? What is the other side of love? And I have come up to the conclusion over the years that opposite to love is fear, and we have discussed this before. Why fear? Love and fear doesn't make sense. Fear and brave or courage perhaps makes sense to you right now, but if you analyze your actions that have held you back, all the negative emotions, most of them have come out of fear of one sort or another. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of something that's not even there, fear of what might happen, fear of all sorts of fear. Fear of being misunderstood, fear of being inferior, fear of looking stupid, fear of not satisfying the expectations of other people, fear of the opinion of other people. Almost every negative emotion, jealousy and so on, comes from fear. I have to get this. So basically, it's all about fear. The fear of whatever it might be, it's all fear. And this is where my personal challenge lies. In fear, and how to get rid of fear, how to eliminate fear out of your life so that there is only love, 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 and more love. Yes, surely we can have moments of fear, but not ongoing emotions of fear, not ongoing emotions of failure, of being rejected, of being cheated on, of being left by a certain person, of being lied to, and so on. Fear, fear, fear. How do you let go of fear? This is my major question now. Letting go of desires, certain desires like attachment to food and so on. And letting go of fear. Fear. Not that I am full of fear, but we can all reduce the negative emotions. We can all shorten them so that life is nirvana and paradise when you feel mostly love with tiny, tiny little grains of fear that should be there for the balance, to be able to feel that the emotions can rise and the emotions can fall, and then they rise again. They mostly at their rise. Right? Right, okay. So this is what it is about. And I wanted to clarify one thing about food. I said that the food is our biggest time waster. And there has been a number of comments, emails and messages online saying that, no, I enjoy cooking and I enjoy planting food and enjoy making kimchi and so on. Please, don't misunderstand. I didn't say that we should eat out of the tube and roll on doing whatever is useful. Of course not. Food requires time, and the process of making food is a very enjoyable process indeed. But let's say you spend 3 hours making muffins or a cake, and the only value that cake is going to add to somebody's health is none. It will make them fatter, probably, more sluggish, lazy, and increase their blood sugar levels. There is no usefulness in it. This is time spent on indulging in taste for the sake of taste, for the sake of pleasure, that does not lead to growth, be it becoming healthier or becoming more spiritual. Whatever growth it is only growth sideways. Then why would you waste the time? Why? Because it brings other people's pleasure, but that pleasure, the source of that pleasure, is not where it should be. The pleasure should come from seeing each other happy, but for the right reasons. Not happy, oh, this tastes so good, I just want to sit back and not move for the day and just enjoy this cake. Is this the right pleasure? Yes, once a year, but if it happens every week, what's going to happen to the person is leading him down to where he doesn't want to be, and where you don't want him to be. Is this correct? This is what I meant by saying that you should not waste extra time on food, extra time on indulging in taste. Making a salad, planting your own vegetables, I'm all for it, thumbs up. Preparing a good meal. Studying about what matches what and what goes with what and what it does for your body and what should be eaten after what. That's excellent. There's a whole science about it. Nutrition. But doing something that will not contribute to other people's growth upwards, not sidewards. Maybe it's something to think about. I can hear the fathers here, so time to open the coconuts. Another 6 coconuts in the morning, and we are on the day 10 today. Day 10 of fasting. My thighs are still here, my ass is still here. 1 kilo down. 10 days of fasting and only 1 kilo down. Not that I care, but I'm just saying that coconuts have all the value that a person's body needs to remain energetic and conserve energy, I guess. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.